Professional mics. Okay.
Yeah, professional mics, professional place.
Are we live right now?
Well, we are.
Oh, we're rolling.
We're rolling.
They see me rolling. They waiting.
So, who are you, by the way?
Catch me riding dirty. Van Stylez here with Tash. You know what it is.
Listen to that shit. Oh my fucking god, that professionalism right there.
We got Chris behind the cameras. The Big Dookie motherfucking Chain. Big Dookie Chain for the kids.
Big Dookie Chain, yeah, for the kids. You know.
Yeah.
So
And what's good right now is I'm waiting to see what's the name of your cat right there?
So you've seen The Wire, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's Omar.
Oh no, Omar's down there.
There is an Omar.
Omar's the king.
There is an Omar.
So what I did was I named after everybody that had like a fucking a code. So the first one was Omar, the next one was Bodie, and then Wallace is the other little schizo weird one. And my fish was Weebay.
Oh, that's amazing.
The fish being Weebay is amazing. And if I ever get a dog, I'm gonna name it Brother Muzone.
The whole thing is amazing.
It's just like
I love what you've done because a lot of people they just don't appreciate the fact that The Wire is the greatest show of all time.
No. This is the greatest show of all time.
Oh, sorry, my God.
So episode 1, The Wire is the greatest show of all time, but episode 1 of our show right now, this is amazing. I mean, how long have I known you for?
I'm thinking like 15, 20. Is it 20 years?
20 years.
Okay.
Because we're at the age, too, where you think shit was like 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's like fucking like, you're like, oh, 2000. Yeah. And like, yeah, that was 23 years ago. You're like,
Because I see the grays.
Oh, yeah.
And I accidentally, like I had a beard as big as yours this morning. But it was doing one of where the hair was coming over the lip. So I was moving fast, just a quick trim, and I took a chunk out, and then I had to shave the whole thing down.
Motherfucker.
God, I would have had the most beautiful beard on this podcast.
So the
But
fucking,
now you win.
well, you know,
That hurts.
Well, I mean, we have this gentleman right here as well.
That's just all hair.
Fucking,
All I see is allergy.
This guy comes to here allergic to cats, doesn't tell me. You could have took some fucking, I got some allergy medication in the cupboard.
I got to take drugs to be on the podcast.
Absolutely.
But I'm wearing a cat shirt.
Is that like what your last heartbeat's going to look like when you die of asphyxiation from fucking allergic reactions?
I didn't know that's what I was wearing, but that is exactly right. That makes sense.
Yep.
But no, I wore this as a homage to you, knowing your love for cats.
I appreciate
You know,
it.
so
How fucked up would that be though? If
yeah, the pot that was what I was thinking about.
Yeah,
the potheads with the Willie Nelson. Yeah.
We got dog treats coming out too soon. The homies GRE, Sean Patton, homie Al Burbank. There are dudes that make these crazy edibles in the game. They're working with me to do the potheads. We're going to do cat treats, fucking dog treats, fucking cat toys, dog. We got a whole fucking thing going on. They're doing a whole kitchen right now up in Maine.
All THC.
CBD.
CBD.
Because it's good for your animals, man.
Okay.
It's good for your fucking animals. It's good for you, too.
How is THC for your animals?
THC for your animals can be good, too.
Okay.
Not as good as CBD, but THC does make you high. So CBD doesn't make you high.
Yeah.
But THC will make you high.
Yeah, I hate
Regardless.
THC. I hate it.
I know it's going to be a fun ride with me and you because
but this works because I love the smell and I love like the taste of smoking weed. But as soon as the THC hits my blood, I just retract into the couch. I become one with whatever the inanimate objects in the room are. I'm not sociable in the least. It would just be the Tash podcast.
I feel that's crazy because, like, knowing you.
There are drinkers and there are smokers.
And there's both. You know.
And those people are just on a...
But you're known as, like, an outgoing, a very outgoing gentleman.
Right, and I like to think that people also know me as a very... how should I put this? A consumer. A consumer of drugs, alcohol, all things that are mind altering.
Well, actually, you haven't had alcohol in a while, right?
I think I'm on like 2 months right now.
Is that the longest you've gone since you've been an adult?
Since I've been like 11 years old. Since I watched what was that Leonardo movie where he's huffing and jacking off on
Basketball Diaries.
Yeah, Basketball
I knew you were going
Diaries.
to talk about the jacking off one. I was like Titanic.
And you wanted to curtail that immediately.
No, I wanted you to get there. I figured that's where you were going. I thought you were going to say Titanic at first because it's been that long, but then I was like, nope, he's going basketball.
He's going
Basketball
allow me to
Diaries.
reach the ejaculate.
He's going, well, like the multiple ejaculate.
Yeah. 13. I remember 13 times on that roof, Leo.
You're a gentleman.
I'll always remember you from that. This is why I have not seen Titanic yet. Because I don't want anything that might.
I'm going to tell you right now, he only jerks off 12 times in Titanic.
Oh.
It's like it's fucked up.
How do they call it the Titanic?
You need at least 14 fucking times. You got to always you got to up the ante, man. You know what I mean? You can't fucking jerk off less times, Leo. You got to jerk off more times.
Well, it's only legal if you jerk it 16 times.
I don't know about that. I mean, where would that be legal? I mean, I guess it would be legal everywhere.
Actually, that's a good question. Where is 16 the legal age?
Well, hold on.
I
time
do think
out.
it is in the States.
No. Time out. You just completely changed that fucking whole question. Yeah, you went one road. We're already.
Chris is going to cut this up and make one of us sound like
we're already doing this.
pedophilia.
See, I told you he'd be doing this shit, and we're already doing it. See, if you're not on your P's and Q's with Mr. Stylez over
This
here,
is the problem, though.
he will absolutely throw you one of these fucking things.
Because I don't have kids. I'm the only one in this room without kids, so it's like I just don't respect the sanctity of it. of birth of children. I do, actually. That's
yes.
All right, cut this part.
No.
Run it back.
No, this is what it's all about, man. No, because this is exactly the shit we need to be getting into. As I was telling Chris earlier, I'm like, this guy already has one of the best interviews on the planet. Like, he knows how to fucking slide him right in there, and this is what you're going to do, and you're going to keep doing it. I thought it was going to take you about 20, 25 minutes before you get there. Took you less than 5. Perfect. We're right where we need to be. I see you.
You see me on a roof.
I can see
with my pants on.
I can see you looking at me right now with like the innocence in your eyes.
Well, I'm also looking at you with the you're building me up into this monumental figure.
No, I'm not.
People know you. We got like multiple branches off the Tash tree.
Okay.
But here I am I'm known to you because you're in Boston.
Well, no, okay, so check us out. Where are you from? Like where'd you grow up? Like as a kid?
Born in L.A., Connecticut, and Michigan.
Really? L.A.?
Yeah.
Connecticut, Michigan. How long did you...
L.A.
Fucking...
West Side?
Where'd you go to
Spice One. Shout out to my homie Spice One. MC8, Compton's Most Wanted. Brother Lynch Hung.
Were you really out there at that point in time? You weren't out there then, were you?
I was...
might have been the 80s, yeah.
I was there until at least 86.
86, okay, all right. Public Enemy.
Yeah.
Boogie Down
Productions. Age 4 is when I left, so...
But no, West Coast wasn't out yet. 86. I don't think so. It's got to be close.
Not South Central Cartel. They didn't come out with South Central Madness and Gats We Trust until the 90s.
That was Havoc and Protege, not Havoc and Prodigy. Havoc and Protege. Just so you know. Oh, I'm a philanthropist as well.
But it is pronounced Prodigy.
But it's not spelled that way.
No, it's not spelled that way. And that actually. We might have to cut it up and put it on here because we did an interview with Prodigy where he talked about him and Havoc confronting the other Prodigy and Havoc out in L.A.
That's amazing.
Where they had the sickle from the Juvenile Hell album.
Yeah. And
according to Prodigy, those dudes went running.
Okay, the grin on Chris's face is going to tell me that no one knows what the fuck we're talking about right now.
You mean everyone doesn't listen to obscure 90s West Coast gangster rap?
Dude, what was
that's not NWA?
What was the fucking song they had where it was the video was them on a talk show and they were talking they were sitting with Montel Williams or something and they were
Wait, are you talking about South Central Cartel?
Yeah. It was they had a whole fucking that was their single.
I'm not damn, now you got me. I'm not even sure, but I wanted to run something by you.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, I'm going to preface this by saying, obviously, and when you have to preface something by saying, obviously, I'm not racist, that means we're probably going down a bad,
how many fucking minutes are we in this?
Road. No, I'm just saying. But imagine an all-white NWA cover group that only performs F4 Zaggin.
How long did it take
For
you
life.
How long did it take you to fucking learn how to say that?
No, man, I read it. I was so dumb that I only read it as that. I never ever read it for just the backwards what it is.
So you fucking learned how to say it backwards before.
Yes.
So you come on the blog. Have you guys heard about Ethel and Van Zagen? And you're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Which, by the way, this is how you know if you're dealing with a real rap fan. you ask what is the best NWA album, because it is not Straight Outta Compton. 1,000,000%, it's Ethel Zaggin.
It is. So, okay.
Well, let's not get sidetracked.
No. Sidetracked should be the name of this podcast.
Let's get the 8-ball rolling.
Fucking
imagine if we did
8-ball
that.
and MJG.
Yeah.
Imagine if we did that. Fucking no. So you grew up. Okay. So you grew up in L.A. 86.
8-ball's the fat one.
Fat one, of course.
Yeah,
no.
yeah. I don't know if you'd fit in this room.
Fucking well, I don't know if you would either. But what I'm trying to figure out is, where did you go to school? Huh, buddy? Where'd you go to school, buddy?
You mean, where did I go to college?
No. I did not. I know where you went to college.
Oh.
Where did you go to school? Like grade school, high school?
Troy, Michigan. Troy Colts.
Troy, Michigan. How far away is that from Detroit? Is that like Sticks, Michigan, or is that like City, Michigan?
Well, we know that 8 Mile is the beginning of Detroit.
Okay.
So I was at 16 Mile.
Ah.
Now, this is the one fun thing I have from those days. I was to get off the highway, exit 69 onto Big Beaver Road. And that shit is not made up. Look it up on iMaps or whatever you use right now. That's real.
I love that. I used to live at 69 High Street, but that hasn't be that's beat.
This is what brought us together.
It is. Well,
so now we see where the podcast
okay,
is really headed.
So Michigan.
Head over
right?
heels.
So Michigan though. I'm trying to get to who the fuck you are, because people hear
Michigan.
Me say,
that's why when you get mad, when I pop up on a post about Eminem and I'm like, goat, 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 goat. You're like, really, Van, really? Man, I'm from. Not only is he the greatest rapper of all time, but I'm also from Michigan.
So like, you have all these
Tupac's up there.
people like. So you've already talked about interviewing Mobb Deep. You've already talked about interviewing other rappers. You've already talked about you've already quoted other like famous rappers from all over the place, and you dropped all these fucking names.
You're wondering when I'm gonna drop a quote from the podcast.
No. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get to the point of like, all right. So Michigan, you went to high school.
Michigan, I went to high school.
Okay.
It was predominantly white. Very. You had a lot of security after Columbine. It looked like a prison.
Wait,
Look up Troy High School.
How old are
like
you?
A prison.
You're like right into me, right?
Are you aging me right now?
I'm 43.
Oh, that's old.
Yeah, so you got to be like.
So on Tinder, I am 39 years old. On Hinge and Bumble, Match and OkCupid and Plenty of Fish, 40. It just happened that way. Because I'm thinking like younger women are gonna make, the cutoff in their search results. I'm guessing like 39. Like if you're a 27-year-old woman. I mean, my age limit starts at 21. But if you're a 27-year-old woman, maybe 40 sounds old. It sounds fucking old. I remember when I was a kid going to Avon Middle School, and we talked about if Kenny Babenko, if you're watching, or Jarrett Latham and James, we made like a pact that if we ever lived to be 30, which we thought was like archaic, we'd blow our brains out. Now I'm fucking 40. That's where you go and get the over the hill t-shirts.
21-year-old fucking Tinder chicks.
Trying to.
Yeah, I mean.
Trying to.
You're doing a good job of it. But hold on, before we get into that, because we could get into that. Fucking okay. So people still don't know who the fuck this guy is.
Right. Why am I here?
They're hearing his voice. They're hearing his voice, and they're going, "Oh, this guy sounds fucking familiar as fuck," but can't figure out who the fuck he is.
Well,
no. Let me ask. Let me ask. So, where did you go to college?
2001 is when I finished high school. I was in college. I may have graduated twice, 2005 and then again in 2006. I literally stretched out my classes over 2 semesters so I could stay at WERS.
Well, that's what I'm trying to get to. So you went to Emerson.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And there was a little show on Emerson called
88.9 at night.
I think we've all heard of that. And you were there for...
This is worldwide, though.
No. So was it underground hip hop. So it wasn't Karma Loop. So we'll get to that as well. So we got to. So you are Van Stylez.
But when I started with The Secrets. No. Started with Uncommon Rotation, the overnight show. So that was 2 to 6 a.m. And then I had a roommate.
Well, I have questions about ERS. Hold on. So I have.
This is going there.
Okay. Okay, fine. Just do what you.
Okay, so I had a roommate the only black kid at Emerson.
Okay.
Shout out Dan Messina. He was also French. So we wanted to do for some reason, no one would listen to this video, an underground and French hip hop show. Like, who's going to watch this? But I convinced him to come with me, and for our audition at WERS,
I was going to ask, how do you even like go for how do you even figure out an audition?
Right, you gotta. It's everything is who you know, right?
So when you went to ERS, did you go there to be on the radio station?
No, I went there because it's a druggy school.
So just
as opposed to like a drinker school.
Just so everybody knows too, this is Ian Van Style, WERS.
But the last name is Van Zyl, so that's where the Van Stylez comes from. There is another Van Stylez that spells his name with an S at the end, whereas mine is with a Z at the end, which is more hip hop. The other Van Stylez, I respect him too because he does basically softcore porn.
What years were you?
He films it. Sorry, doesn't do it.
What year were you at the head of ERS, the voice of ERS?
Shit.
I want to say I know it was
2005 or 6. Was it 2005?
5 and 6, yeah. Mm-hmm. Because that was the years that we were doing our shit. Yeah.
That's when AWOL popped up on the radar. They didn't see Tash's group didn't pop up on the radar, so to speak. He kind of showed up at the station and demanded the radio play.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like
I don't know that we would have ever even gotten around. Like, we had so many CDs at the time of like people sending in their music. It didn't get to like 90% of them. But this motherfucker. So back in the day, Tash was wild and angry, right? And now you're wild and like all about peace, love, and positivity.
It's this plant, man.
Fucking weed, it makes you soft, man.
Yeah, man, that's what
we got to get people back on cocaine and alcohol.
Yeah, fucking cocaine
Seriously.
and alcohol.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Can we make shirts for the podcast, Cocaine and Alcohol?
We absolutely can.
Wait, what's the name of this podcast again? The Big Dookie Chain.
The Big Dookie Chain.
Cocaine and cocaine and alcohol. I was like, cocaine and Adderall.
Somebody drum that up.
Yeah.
Fucking no, man, we can absolutely do that. But like, you were the voice, so like you.
Kids today would love a shirt that says cocaine and alcohol. You kids are
into cocaine and alcohol.
What generation is it now? We were the millennials.
I think
and
so.
the boomers.
No, I think
we boomers?
I think I'm one.
82 plus, I think, is millennials, and boomers were before, and now it's millennials.
So I'm
millennials,
a
like
like Millennium. There, what the fuck was it? Millennium. Will Smith's album? Yeah,
Which is apparently like the #1 grossing hip hop album of all time.
It's got to be Nelly. Nelly's got to have that.
No. It is Millennium.
Is it really?
Yeah, look it up. Or Chris, look it up.
Oh, yeah, you're the guy, Jamie. You got to get your phone out.
Right.
Fucking
Can we get, fact check.
Fucking, I believe.
Nut slap.
Nelly has.
Remember that? We're from the time when you slapped your friends through the pants, not in the pants, but they're nuts. You slap. It's like a bro down thing. Anyway.
No, that's something like white dudes like you do. That's
did you not do that out here? Not in Weymouth?
No, white dudes out here do that shit. Just not white heads like it is. William?
Oh, the Eminem show. But what's sorry, the #1 rap album with no swearing. Did I forget to mention that part?
Well, you don't got to cuss in his rap to sell records. You know what I mean?
But I do, so fuck him and fuck you too.
Those are GOAT lyrics, right?
Yeah, that is amazing. See, that's what I'm talking about, Eminem.
So it's like So I just want people to understand though too that like you are the guy when you called ERS at night. Like this was the guy for like until the end of.
And I listened to a lot of the Jerky Boys cassette tapes, so I knew how to answer the phone. You're calling from prison. This is like your one phone call in 24 hours, and I'm like, Jerky, what's up?
I was calling you from prison.
Oh. Yeah, I know. I was on the other end of the phone.
Fucking, we would have a lot of long conversations on the fucking phone at ERS though.
Wait, did you actually ever call me from prison?
No.
Okay, you weren't in prison.
I have been in prison, but I did not call you.
Yeah, not at the time. I got okay.
Not at the time. Fucking, I mean, is Dedham prison?
What were you in Dedham for?
Money, stupid shit.
That's good. That's good that we're starting the podcast together. That involves money.
Yeah.
Makes me feel safe.
Yeah, it should make you feel safe.
The Green Mile. That's what we're going to call this podcast.
Like, so, the Green Mile? Why?
You've seen the Green Mile?
No.
All right, well, look that up. That
Chris, can we look up Green Mile?
I know. It's something about it's prison
Have
something.
you seen
I think
it?
like it's like Shawshank Redemption.
That's like
Ish.
Michael Clark Duncan's in it, and he feeds like
Michael
mice.
Douglas Clark.
He feeds
Dunkin'
Michael
Donuts.
Douglas in it.
He feeds Michael Douglas. Yeah,
Now
that should be
something.
that should be our
That
our
should
logo.
That should be
Michael Douglas being fed.
by Michael Clark Duncan.
Yes, I don't know.
That's the big, huge black guy that is like the Green Mile. I call him he's the Green. I don't know, the Green Mile guy.
Okay, who's the?
Don't you put that evil on us, Ricky Bobby?
Don't you put that evil on us, Nicky Bobby? Ricky Bobby. Jesus, I slaughtered that.
Yeah, I thought you were going a completely different direction.
Oh
as
no,
well.
I was gonna I was gonna ask who's the football player you got the podcast coming with too?
Eric Martin.
Is he big and black?
Yeah.
Okay, that's I just wanted to draw that connection right there. You know.
I mean, as most NFL linebackers tend to be.
I mean, it was a good guess.
Linebacker's not really a sport where a lot of like white dudes play, right, Chris? Any white dudes? I mean, any good white dudes?
In Friday Night
I
Lights.
don't mean linebackers. Well, he's also
We should start. We should.
Yeah, at the end.
What if we could call this Friday Night Whites? Because we're white,
And we're brothers.
but it's Tuesday,
Give
so
'em
it's see you next Tuesday,
give him a high five.
which is cunt for
So-
you kids that don't know.
So I want to ask you something, right? So you tell me about your you were going into your what the fuck is
My
it?
homosexual phase.
Your homosexual phase, your college phase.
Well, bisexual phase, just testing the waters.
Fuck
When
this motherfucker.
okay, and it only happened twice, and it was just kissing. Okay,
Motherfucker.
I needed that coke.
No, you're like your
didn't have
tryout
money
tape.
back
You said
then.
you got the only black dude in
Yeah,
Emerson.
my
that was
tryout
French.
tape.
Your
That's what I'm
tryout tape. Yeah.
With the only my tryout tape with the only black dude at Emerson. Yeah, so I convinced him for our audition to both of us saying in unison, nonstop hip hop to make the ladies' panties drop, or whatever the Beastie Boys way.
Yeah.
I can't.
Obviously, you could
Butchering
because you got
that.
the job.
Did not get that. Definitely did not get the job. It was years later I got the job, and it was from like working my way up. It was taking like the shittiest shift, playing world music mixed with lo-fi, down tempo, basically just like an amalgamation of bullshit. Some of it was pretty good though. Actually, I did start every one of those Uncommon Rotation shows at 2 a.m. off with like a sex machine. So classic. But and I tried to like really work it into this like late night sexual show because that's what people want from me. When you look at this, what do you think? Right? Exactly. And I always took the Blue Chew before it was known as Blue Chew back in the day,
Dude,
generic Viagra,
wanna
and I
something-
did the show hard.
You want to hear something great? So I'm cleaning up my fucking car after grass is greener, right? I'm cleaning up my car after grass is greener.
Which-
I'm talking to you, though, Chris, because you were there.
Where's my coffee mug? My Zojirushi.
Yeah. No. So hey, I'm cleaning up my car after grass is greener. We have this guy in my back seat. I'm fucking like I clean everything. I'm like pick up this fucking. I got it in my drawer up there for you. Big fucking blue fucking pill. This motherfucker lost a Viagra in the backseat of my fucking car.
Shout out to Scott. That's my connect.
Fucking.
You want the underground?
And it was like the actual real Viagra too, like the expensive shit. Like you got the good stuff there.
No, that was not. That was it. I don't know what is actually inscribed on an actual, because a real Viagra pill is like $10 or more a pill.
Well, this one
Not covered by insurance.
When I found this pill in my back seat,
And
I
if
didn't know what the
you're
fuck it
under
was
60.
because I've never seen an actual real Viagra.
Yeah.
I googled like blue diamond pill and I was like, oh, it's a Viagra. And I was like, oh, okay, that must have been Ian's because
You pop it?
no, it's still in my drawer. You can have that back.
All right, I'll take that.
Just
Yeah.
in case it. Why? I want a pressed up Viagra? Yeah, okay. The fuck out.
It still works. Crushed up, pressed up.
Fucking fentanyl in your Viagra and shit. The fuck out of here.
No, that's cold. That's cold. That would be a very Massachusetts way to manufacture Viagra, though, with a little fentanyl, just a sprinkle.
Fucking.
You don't know if you're going to get hard or you're going to die.
Fucking. Well, cold hard corpse, right?
Yes, or get hard and die.
Ba-dum-tsh.
Boom.
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Ba-dum-tsh, Fucking. So
we're going to need that sound effect because there's just one-liner after one-liner after one-liner.
So what kind of asshole
Gold.
goes to Emerson from Michigan and doesn't want to be on the radio? What do you go to Emerson for?
No. I didn't know about the radio. When I got to Emerson...
Well, Emerson's a communication college, right?
Yeah, it was poor communication.
like
literally, I went to Emerson because I was like, it's in Boston. I was like, I want New York, but NYU wouldn't have me. So I was like, Emerson is in Boston. I also got into Northeastern.
You would have probably had a better time at Northeastern.
I did not get into Boston University though.
You probably would have had a better time at Northeastern because of what the shit you're into. But the fact that you didn't go to Emerson for the radio and then ended up like on like almost the flagship station of the radio.
You're saying because they have the co-op program at Northeastern.
Well, just
and
because
I like interning and not making money for most of the work that I do.
I know what the chicks were like at Northeastern in that time frame.
Sluttier. I did live on Mission Hill for a reason, to get the runoff.
From what I remember, it was the spot to be. You know what I mean? So, you know,
yeah.
I had some fun.
Shout out.
I had some fun at Northeastern.
I mean, shout out Northeastern. I remember crushing on one girl who wouldn't have me. But
fucking bitch, man.
Yeah, at Emerson, this is what we had to choose from: our own sex, because half of Emerson is gay, or the Boston Conservatory chicks. So either way, you're getting armpit hair.
So I hooked up with a chick
disgusting.
from Boston Conservatory of Music. She was like a fucking classic pianist, and her fucking fingers were like nubs, because like she was like fucking playing piano since she was like 2.
Right. She probably can't hit her own G-spot.
It freaked me the fuck out. And she had like mustache hairs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was she Hispanic?
No.
Okay.
She was white, but she was I don't know. I only seen her once.
That
was like back in the day when you'd like it was like ASL, like age sex location shit, like there was no pictures on the internet yet. You would just kind of just go out into the world and just fucking meet random people that you didn't even know what the fuck they looked like.
I miss those days.
It was fucking pure madness. That was just madness.
If I could have it my way, we would not be doing this podcast because there would be no internet. I wouldn't have lost half my life to porn, and I wouldn't be competing with all of these, as they say, simps for the limited 22-year-olds on Tinder. It would be every man for himself. Go out to the bar, go out into the Trader Joe's, and do the only thing that Trader Joe's is good for, because it's a chip and dip place. That is not good. It's overpriced. Fuck Trader Joe's. The only thing it is good for is picking up alternative chicks. And I literally have gone down there, filled a basket, because I'm not buying anything from Trader Joe's. The only shit that I understand, like what it is, and it doesn't have Chinese lettering all over it, is the fruits.
Fucking great.
No homo. But the fruit there sucks. It's trash. Yeah. It's like Target fruit.
I don't like
so the only so what you do is you fill up your basket, and you act like you're shopping, and then you do one of these, like, oh, I'm trying to get back to the reason I came here, which was to shop for groceries, but I just cannot stop staring at you. Beautiful. And that's how you bag them. If you want to bag them at the grocery store.
Paper or plastic.
Paper or plastic.
But,
yep.
See?
This is why we need to take this podcast to the grocery store or somewhere in public and make it real uncomfortable. Bring which one of the Wire characters?
This is Bodie.
Bring Bodie with us.
Which one of the Wire characters?
Because that's a dog would be better, but still Bodie would work.
Bodie's a pretty dog-like.
To paper or plastic these hoes.
Not gonna
sounds
lie.
Sounds like we're fucking killing women.
Well, paper is definitely more environmentally friendly. It's environmentally friendly to use paper.
Breathing friendly too, ladies. So you're lucky, right?
So
I knew we were gonna end up on.
Oh yeah, there was no way we weren't.
Femme fatale.
No way. Fucking
killing women.
Well, I'm still not sure that you're not the Boston fucking
Strangler.
Yeah, the Boston fucking serial killer there. That's throwing like men into the fucking river and shit there. You've heard that, right? You have heard that, right? That there's like a fucking
recently?
No, like over the last 20 years, like 40 dudes have been like found in the fucking water and shit, like after drinking in like downtown and shit.
No, I know nothing about it. No.
Well, people like you are actually the kind of people that be thrown in the fucking river. So maybe it is you.
We're too drunk.
Well, how come you're not fucking wet then, motherfucker? Maybe it is you.
How do you know I'm not wet? Touch it. Where
the fuck were you those last 40 nights, huh? No, but there really is a guy that's like, well, they think is a serial killer in Boston somewhere. It's like, look on the internet, like look on Reddit, like Boston serial killer. It's like fucking, you've heard this, Chris, right? Fucking, there's like people go out drinking and shit, and then like a dude will be missing, and they find him the next morning in the fucking behind the aquarium, fucking floating. They find him in the child floating. They find like 4 or 5 people a fucking year floating in that fucking
face down, ass up.
Or I don't know, maybe ass down, face up. It depends how they went in there, I guess.
I do not like this.
Are they packing heat? Are they packing, what's going on? I mean, fucking how they faced. I think it all depends on like weight distribution more. You know what I mean? I'm not a scientist though.
Who was it?
Are you a scientist?
Am I a scientist?
Yeah.
Man,
You went
that's why I went to
Emerson.
Emerson.
You went to
Because the
Emerson.
only science class I ever had to take was environmental science, which is
saying,
not real science, and I never had to take a math class.
That's another place you can pick up alternative chicks.
Is in a science or math class?
Well, fucking
no, in British literature.
Environmental science? That bullshit?
Oh, yeah.
That bullshit, yeah.
Global
You're like,
warming.
oh, yeah, I remember that.
Vaginal warming.
So you had to work your way
No,
up.
but
Okay, good.
to what you were saying, because I wanted to make this point. You know that I can't let a moment go by on air. Like, I can't let one escape me, right? I don't like that a serial killer is out there killing specifically men. Because it never used to be that way. Because who was the
Don't you want
who was the first serial killer with the dude with the people dress up for Halloween dress up as the Reaper, the Grim Reaper? He only killed women.
That's not a. That's
was that real?
No.
Oh, was that made up?
Everything you just said, you made up.
The Grim Reaper was not a real person.
You know that everything you said you made
The
up.
Grim Reaper. The Grim Reaper was part of Gravediggers.
Don't give him any fucking ideas. No, he doesn't know. What
the
fuck
Boston
he's talking
Strangler only killed women, right?
I did they? I don't know.
They what? This is not a man or a male or female. This was a they.
It was a collective.
Before we were just referring to people as theys.
Well, you know,
when they was used as a plural,
we want to be
insinuated
inclusive.
multiple people.
Are you trying to get me canceled again? Like fuck.
I love trans people because. But no, I do, and for like a good reason, because it's like
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope it's not a bad reason.
The rest of us didn't choose our sex. Like, we just stuck with whatever we were given.
Okay.
Like, a trans person is choosing to be what they feel inside, so I respect that more. I'm dead serious. And cis people. Sissies. Sissies is what I call them. I am a cis person. Straight cis. But sissies.
So you're at Emerson, right?
Okay.
And you're doing these fucking interviews.
Right.
When is the fucking moment when you're like, holy shit? Because, like, you work your way up.
The moment was when I heard E-Skills and Kerosene on the radio, and I actually heard 88.9, and I was, like, blown the fuck away. I was like, this is the coolest shit I've ever heard in my entire life.
We have to get Kerosene on this fucking show. He'll be on the show, too. He'll be on it.
Yeah, as soon as he follows me back on Instagram.
Oh,
I've been waiting now 20 years, according to you, or something.
Kerosene doesn't follow you. Instagram didn't exist 20 years ago.
No.
Maybe
that's what the problem is.
Yo, Caro, what the fuck, man? Kevin, what the fuck, man? Come on.
Caro, I want to be seen.
Me and Caro, people back when we were like in our 20s, people would always confuse us.
Really?
Like, people on the street. I got called.
That's good because he had a nice square jaw, no homo.
Yeah, I used to do the fucking. Remember we used to do the stupid fucking
chin strap,
chin strap fucking thing.
The Limp Biscuit.
Well, I no.
Did Fred Durst not have that?
I don't know if he had that or not, but that's not why I had it.
The guy from Papa Roach, though.
I didn't even know that. I didn't listen to alternative music when I was like in that age.
No.
So you said the crazy moment was when you heard fucking Caro and them on. But like you, I'm saying you work your way up to 88.9. You had to do all this other bullshit. You finally got the show you wanted.
Yeah.
That was the show you probably wanted originally the whole time.
For sure. So at first I had to do the secret spot, which was a midnight R&B show, Pillow Talk.
So you were like David Allen Boucher.
Exactly like David Allen.
Have you not heard of David Allen Boucher?
No, who's that?
You really don't know.
No, I really. Okay, this is gonna be the first many times
are we
that I get called out for having no fucking clue what we're talking about.
Oh my god!
All right, hit me.
So you are David.
I went to Emerson.
So Mix 98.5 was a fucking pop station type shit, right? Soft rock pop station. And David Allen Boucher was the night DJ.
JLB in Michigan.
And he was like, no, not even like that. Like more like older people music. Like it was like VH1 type shit. Like when VH1 was doing that kind of stuff.
Oh, but not like Kenny G.
Kenny G, that kind of shit.
G, okay.
So they kind of do like I think he still does it. But he's like a fixture of like. Oh no, it was Magic 106.7 was what it was. Oh, it was Magic 106.
Oh, you do know. Okay.
Magic 106.7 is what it was, which is like even the older station. Like it was like even like your grandmother's fucking like pop music. Slow
jams, and this is in Massachusetts.
Slow Kenny G
I didn't even
shit.
live here yet.
But David Allen Boucher has like one of those like, hello, I'm David Allen Boucher.
I mean, that's fantastic.
Like one of those crazy, like, and he does like the whole Casey Kasem, that thing you're talking about.
Yeah.
He is that for Massachusetts.
Well, I respect the hell out of that. I like
is Magic 106.7 still on? After like 8 o'clock at night, or 10 o'clock at night maybe, he's on there still. I guarantee it. David Allen Boucher.
If you want to bone the baritone.
Exactly, like the guy from Boyz II Men.
Baritone Barracuda.
The guy who like didn't sing from Boyz II Men, he just went like, "Yeah, girl, every time you break my heart, I want to come back and just fuck you up."
Were any of the members of Boyz II Men from Massachusetts, or was that just Belva DeVoe?
That was Belva DeVoe. That was Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, Mike, Ralph, and Johnny too.
Which that girl with Poison?
Poison.
I was listening to that song on the radio on the way over here, and the subwoofer bass on that is insane in the mom mobile. Yes, I'm driving my mom's van, whatever.
That car is
40
Poison.
years old.
That car is Poison.
The one I'm riding in?
Yeah.
That better not be, because that's my mama's car. I do not want to poison mama.
Is that really
one woman I have respect
is
for?
that
My
your,
sister.
Is that your mother's actual car? Or are you like?
No, it is. It says Pennsylvania on the license. Because my buddy, what happened was, we're driving home at 2:30 a.m. and I, like responsible person, got in the passenger seat to sleep while he drunk drove, and he fell asleep and literally ran into the median on the highway.
Well, that's
the only reason I'm here to do this podcast because it was 2:30 a.m. and there were no other cars out.
Statute of limitations, and we don't even know what state that was in. So who the fuck?
Yeah, right.
Who the fuck
16 or 17.
I beats the fuck
Which
out
is
of me.
legal?
I don't know. I'm not going down that fucking path with you.
Oh, I thought that's where we were going again.
No, yeah, we keep going.
Statute of limitations doesn't only connotate with women.
So.
Yeah.
So you're sitting there, right? And now you work your way up to this job.
Oh, yeah. So I was going to say, I did an electronic show called Revolutions, and this is how I got the hip-hop show, because I went on to the electronic show. They were about to, like, boot me, probably for doing my own thing, not playing, like, what I was supposed to play. But I drank 2 40s of Colt 45. It was Colt 45 back then. I gradually switched to OE. But 2 40s to the head and, a couple of Marlboro menthols later, and I did the best show hands down that I've ever done. Like everything, I was just like, I took my shirt off in the studio, which has worked to get a female's number from outside the studio before. I'm not sure if it was that I
have questions about this too, but
yeah, and it was like that for me personally. Like everybody's chemistry is different, but for me personally, cigarettes and 40 ounces, 2 40 ounces to be exact, which is like 3.75 beers a piece. So 6. I can't do math because Emerson. But anyway, that put me in the pocket. So I was in that flow state. Everybody's talking about doing Provigil and these like brain enhancing drugs and getting into the flow state. 2 Colt 45, 40 ounces. That got me there.
Couple Marlboro
and that made me like electronic music. That worked to get me to like electronic music that night. That was unbelievable.
So you put the best show on for electronic music possible, and
that's ever been done.
And they gave you the hip hop.
And they gave They're like, you did so well at this electronic show. We're gonna move you to the hip hop show. And
you were like, "Fucking, that's what I wanted to do the whole time." Anyways.
Yeah, exactly. No, in all reality, it was because when I saw there was even a chance I could get the hip hop show, I made something that was like, I did like a dissertation on what the hip hop show could be. I made it was like laminated. It wasn't just paper stapled together. They were in like a binding. I brought this thing in like a fucking published book and like laid out exactly like everything the show could be. Cause I did not want there to be any chance whatsoever that my skinny, lanky, white, suburban ass was not going to get the hip hop show. I needed that.
Let me preface this because people that might not know, there was no place to listen to hip hop at all. There was no place. You could not listen to hip hop. 94.5 didn't play it. There was no YouTube. There was no streaming services. WILD 1090 AM sometimes played some hip hop songs, but the only place you were going to get actual real fucking hip hop, period, was on 88.9 at night. 88.9 at night was a fucking huge fucking show.
And it's a college station, but you could hear it in New Hampshire.
It was huge. Like everybody listened to that. Everybody listened to that shit. Everybody was tuned in.
It was a long dickum channel.
It was like there's nothing like that now anymore. But it's almost like Sway in the Morning or some shit like that, or that kind of shit. The hip hop wake up show, something like that. But just nothing but underground fucking hip hop. It was wild. So I mean, so just so people know that you were doing that. I mean, now you get the show right, and you're pumped to get the show, obviously, and everything, and I mean, I'm sure you have a million stories in between. But
I splooged.
At what point are you like? like where's the holy fucking shit moment that like when Dr. Dre walks in the, because you're at that point in time.
Oh,
So hold on, let me preface this as well too, because at that point in time, touring artists stopped into college radio stations. So you might get fucking, you didn't know who the fuck you might get. You might get fucking God knows fucking who, especially hip hop, because back then there was no other platform to perform hip hop on.
yeah.
So I mean, what was the fucking moment when you're sitting there as a fucking 20-year-old kid, 18-year, 19-year-old kid,
Right.
and all of a sudden KRS-One walks in the fucking room, and you're like, what the fuck?
At that time, I was like 22, 23. But I mean, I remember doing like somehow finagling an on-air interview with like this Christian rapper Elemento, but he was from the West Coast and he
Okay.
was on shit. It was a underground record label that was pretty big, but that was exciting for me. But the moment when I was like heart attack was shit. I mean, I think back now and my mind is blown, but like having who was the first? I mean, I put it once I saw that we were working with real artists, I was like, I need this filmed. Like this is the rug is going to get pulled out from under me at any moment. There's no way something this good can last.
That's why
so
you were
I
doing
had
it.
My homie Ace.
That's why you were fucking doing it.
That's why I was doing the
'cause
interviews.
You were doing YouTube though. Before I was telling him earlier, you were doing YouTube before like YouTube existed. You were doing long form content. Way like there was nowhere to put it yet.
And through the studio, to answer your question from before, we had boot camp clique, and I mean like the whole boot camp clique, like Smith and Wesson plus Black Moon, Evil D, Buckshot, Mr. Walt,
Drew Ha.
plus Drew Ha, OGC, Original Gun Clappers, Louisville Slugger, Top Dog. I mean,
Starang the Wonder.
Starang Wonder. Yeah, Jesus. Yeah, like something like that, like is mind-boggling to me. And then later we had, Jizza and Muggs come through when they were putting out the Grandmasters album, which is possibly one of the greatest hip-hop albums of that era for sure. Sean Price we had through, too. Helter Skelter, him and Rock, and Monkey Bars is the other greatest album from that era, period.
Yeah, Monkey
and
Bars.
we played Onion Head nonstop on the radio, and Boom Baye, they had the music video for that, too, nonstop on ERS. So, like, that, I mean, and it was a dream, of course, to work with artists that, you and Chris have had through for other media stuff you've done, which is like Slain. I mean, Slain, and then La Coca Nostra was forming at that time. Like, that was, before La Coca Nostra was Special Teams.
Special Teams, yeah.
Which was with, with Ed O.G.
Ed O.G. and George at Slane and
Jason.
Jason.
Jason. But who later put out an album with DJ Revolution, which is a great album, and a lot of people don't even know it exists. It's unfortunate. That needs a re-release on a real label. But, yeah, not to get sidetracked. But, yeah, I put out that DVD at one point that had Jedi Mind Tricks on it, had Ari the Rugged Man. I had Static Selecta hooked it up, and he got me into a studio in Manhattan, and he hooked me up with this dude, Cousin Cash. Was it Cousin Cash? No, it wasn't Cousin Cash. Fuck, I'm blanking. But we basically, little-ass studio in the heart of Manhattan, and it was me, an engineer, and a trash bag of weed, and just one artist after another coming through and doing an interview. They're in the booth. I'm sitting outside. Ari the Rugged Man's saying I look like every white dude that's in this industry right now in a negative, derogatory sort of way towards me. But I couldn't have fucking cared less. I'm sitting there across from Ari the Rugged Man. That was a dream come true. But yeah, Capone of Capone and Noriega came through. We had Shice Bubs, Purple City, bring his whole gang through. We had, I need to look at the DVD because I don't remember right now.
What was your favorite one?
Yeah,
not even someone like famous, just like
D Block came through the studio and they blacked out Tony Yayo's eyes on this publicity shot that was hanging in the studio. Like, so it looked like he had black eyes. That was during the whole G Unit D Block beef.
Did you ask him about that when they did they come? Did you interview them in studio?
Yeah, here's the thing. I was drinking so heavily at that time that it's like if you ask Slane will talk about this, like all of his when he was really focusing most heavily on the music rather than movies, he was out of his mind schmammered.
Yeah.
And he doesn't remember touring Europe. He doesn't remember where he went, who he talked to, who he fucked, I'm sure. And honestly, like, I kept like a bottle of Jack Daniels in the studio with me. Like, I would be shit-faced out of my fucking mind. Probably because I was nervous. I'm like, I got people from jail calling me. Apparently, we have a reach to New Hampshire. People are listening that far away. Like, I'm sitting across from people I like grew up idolizing, laid next to a fucking boombox at night, recording onto a TXA or whatever fucking cassette tape. Like, that was just like so far beyond anything that, you know, again, a suburban white boy who's removed from this culture could ever imagine. Like, you know, I needed all the help I could get. So again, shout out to who's the Colt 45 guy from back in the day?
Billy D. Williams.
Billy D. Williams. Shout out to him. He doesn't. Cause not enough people shout him out
Me
anymore.
and my Colt 45. Another guy with a baritone voice there.
Amen. Yep.
Could fuck your wife.
Who and OE didn't. There's no one we need to shout out for OE for Old English.
Wasn't that group OE? What the fuck was it? I'm trying to think of the fucking the Coop. OE was the name of the fucking album, right? Wasn't it? Oh no, wait. I'm thinking Alcoholics.
No, but
there's something to
Coop,
that.
The Coop had an album. Right. This is some weird shit. They had an album, Party Music.
Yeah,
drop right before the Twin Towers dropped, where the Twin Towers were leveled.
Yeah,
on the cover.
Yeah, the cover.
And they had to redo it, and they redid it with a martini glass with the drink on fire.
That did happen. The only one weirder than that, I think.
If anybody has that, I'll buy it off you.
The only one weirder than that, I think, is like Leonard Skinner.
The original cover.
I think Leonard Skinner, like that. They have an album cover that like half the band's on fire, and like the members of the band that are on fire on the album cover are the ones that died in the plane crash.
Oh, that's fucked. Yeah,
fucking
see,
wild.
like,
How the fuck did that happen? It's
yeah.
like, there's like 9 members, and like only 4 of them are on fire.
That's scary.
That's fucking wild. Like the fuck.
That is some shit from the Upside Down. That shit is scary.
Some crazy ass shit. What was your least favorite interview? What was the one that you were like, fuck this?
Oh, I mean, when I fucked up with Vinny Paz of Jedi Mind Tricks, and I was like, and I called him like, I said,
what'd you call him?
Icon, the holograph. I like mixed him up with this dude Icon, the Mike King he hated, and his old name, the something holograph. And now I'm fucking it up again. Jesus. All right. One of the most painful ones to think back on for me was an interview I did at Rock the Bells with Pharoah Monch, where I don't even want this on camera. where I go, you and Prince Paul, and I'm referring to the other member of Organized Confusion as the legendary producer Prince Paul instead of Prince Poe, and I got corrected, and like I was like, I'm telling you, head over heels, big hip hop. Like hip hop was my life.
You know this,
and No, but I didn't know the difference. I didn't know shit about Prince Paul. In fact, before I left like Connecticut for middle school, like all we listened to for some reason was West Coast gangster rap, like Spice.
So you didn't know who
Spiggity Spice One.
So you didn't know about Organized Confusion, and you didn't know about Prince Paul.
Right. Now, like,
you've met Prince Paul by now. You must have interviewed him.
Yeah, no, and we had him to Fresh Produce, our DJ night at the Good Life, R.I.P.
Prince
to
Paul's
the Good
a
Life.
fucking, fucking
right.
Mount Rushmore.
He produced some of the greatest, most avant-garde songs that hip hop has ever had. Yeah,
hip hop icon.
So I'm so.
And not to mention, also invented the skit.
Oh yeah, all over fucking that original De La Soul album,
3 Feet High and Rising.
And that we got to give a shout out here because when I think about this, is fucked up. Like when it comes to that native tongue shit, like I love Tribe, of course, like some of the greatest albums period.
Yep.
Of all genres.
Yeah.
But I never listened to, and even when I was at ERS, I listened to Stakes is High, but I never listened to De La Soul is Dead. Until Brian Coleman came out with Rakim Told Me, the book, which broke down like the inner workings of what was happening in the studio when 3 Feet High and Rising was recorded.
Yeah.
That book is fucking crazy, and I don't ever think it got like published by a major publisher, so I don't even know if it got national distribution. Although with the internet, everything is national distribution. But like that book is fucking amazing, and so the first time I listened to De La Soul is Dead is when I was reading that book, and I was like, okay, I finally got to stream De La Soul is Dead. And that, I mean, I was in my mid-20s by that point, so that's embarrassing.
De La Soul is like a group that it's either like hate him or love him type shit. Like,
I never got into him. I
love De La Soul, don't get me wrong, but I'm still not like super into De La Soul.
But I loved the production on De La Soul is Dead.
Oh, well, that's
right?
That's Prince Paul.
Right, Prince Paul.
Fucking.
Exactly to what you were saying. I never, for some reason, I missed the boat. And like then it was a case of like if I tried to going back to Basketball Diaries, if I tried to put somebody on the Basketball Diaries who's our age right now for the first time, like that movie didn't really hold up like that. I tried to rewatch it all these years later.
I wouldn't think it would.
And I feel like it's similar. Like I wasn't introduced to De La Soul when I should have been, which was in my adolescence and my teen years.
So the question that everybody wants to know.
How big it is? How wide? Width? Girth?
Well, kind of something similar to that. You ever get your dick sucked on air?
It's a great question. That is a great question. No.
No.
But I definitely got my dick sucked in the studio all over There were some yeah. But no, but honestly, and that fucks me up because one of my favorite artists of all time, and it's also Eminem, the GOAT's favorite rapper of all time, is, do you know?
I would say Trick, but it can't be.
No.
What? I don't fucking know.
It's LL Cool J.
Slick Rick, I was going to say. But
LL Cool J, who you claim we can get an interview with. Shout out to Brandon. I'm hoping Big Dog. But LL Cool J, I don't remember the name of his book, but it's where he's on the front wearing the FUBU hat. Because remember, he was like a FUBU brand representative.
Yeah, I do. I don't remember the book, though.
Yeah, so the book starts off, and there was an X-rated and then like a clean version of the book. It was weird.
Yeah, who the fuck
but the X-rated version starts off with him getting his dick sucked, standing like to the side of the stage, right as he's getting introduced. Like, and I don't know if he like busted, like timed out the nut for when he's like to go out on stage and start with like Radio or Rock the Bells or whatever. But like, I can't believe that wasn't in my head, and then I didn't make it a priority to get my dick sucked on air.
Yeah, why?
That's fucked up.
Why didn't
I think
you
it's
do
because
that?
out of respect for the show, I should have done that.
Yeah, like
so I'm like, now I'm embarrassed.
I think every radio DJ ever has done that, right? Why the?
I don't know, honestly, but I know that this dick was never sucked while this mouth was talking into the mic on air, which is fucking pathetic, if you ask me.
Well, you did the glass wall.
But I masturbated while being on air.
Yeah, I didn't ask that question,
sorry.
but great answer.
Yeah.
I don't even. I don't even.
It's the Get Up Crew. It's the Get It Up Crew.
Should I ask what song?
Like I told you before, I started every show with like a sex machine on a common rotation.
Oh, I thought
I knocked one out because it's around the time when I usually would knock one out of the park in order to fall asleep.
I thought you
2 a.m.
I thought you
when that show started.
Night.
Not on 88. See, I would not disrespect the show by beating off on air.
That's what.
No,
that's
and like everyone was calling from jail. I'm not picking up phone calls from dudes in prison while beating off.
You should have been getting your dick sucked while talking to dudes in prison, though. That would have been fucking super fucking heterosexual.
That would have been totally fine. Respectable from both ends.
I can't believe no debauchery like that went down in the 88.9 Night Studios. I mean, there was all the glass. You could see in the studio when you were on air.
A lot of it went down when we later had undergroundhiphop.com and we had a store in Boston.
Yes.
That was the place to pull from Boylston. Always pull back to the store. And we would rail girl after girl, drunk chicks, fucking straight from the liquor store, pulling back to undergroundhiphop.com. Which is not really woman-friendly music, except for maybe like Necro, All Hotties Eat the Jizz.
But you have
song.
a fucking show on air, and you're on Boylston Street with a store,
right?
And you're in the back. You're like in the back of the store with it does, yeah. And also women do like rap. At that time, they didn't really like rap as much. They love it now. Women love rap. Like it's like
right.
Like there used to be like also like on CDs, you'd have like maybe like once Method Man came, like all I need, you had like one song, maybe on the CD.
Women were getting a little whiff of how, I mean, women like what's popular. Not all women.
It's like,
but when Wu-Tang toured with Rage Against the Machine, or when Puff Daddy and Mo Money Mo Problems was all over
by
the
that
radio.
shit came out. But like at first, like there was no women's songs on an album. And then and then like
the good old days.
And then like for the good old days.
Yeah.
But when America was great.
When
fucking you know what I mean? Fucking and then like it got to the point where like
before Ja Rule came through and crushed the buildings.
That point. But there'd be the point where also there would be like an obligatory one woman song on the album.
Which was, do you remember which one from Wu-Tang Forever?
Black Shampoo.
Yeah.
Fucking worst Wu-Tang song in the fucking world.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
It's the only song on 2 discs that made no fucking sense.
And it's not only that. It's a You God solo song.
Which should not no You God solo song should have ever existed.
And it's 3
ever.
verses. It's 3 fucking verses. So what I think RZA did was he just was just
You
like.
God is his cousin.
I think RZA was just like, all right, so you guys are only gonna get 6 verses on this whole thing. We're giving them 3 on this fucking thing, and we're gonna bury
Everyone
it.
else like I don't want to be on the song.
We're gonna bury it at the end of disc 2, track like 16, 17, and no one's ever gonna hear. Like when I bring it up, I brought it up to somebody at some point in time, and I forget who it was. The dude was like, and it was a big dude. He's like, "What? You don't like it? I like that song." I'm like, "You listen to Black Shampoo?" And like he was dead serious.
Chris Ferrone said that shit too.
Was it Chris? It might have been Chris Ferrone.
That's the big black dude we're talking about.
No, it wasn't Chris Ferrone. No.
Other people have said it too, but.
It was someone
no respectable
that liked Black Shampoo. Well,
respect to Chris Ferrone.
Chris Ferrone, I fucking respect
he's
he's
had a couple bad opinions, and that was one.
His hip hop knowledge is official as fuck. Don't get me wrong, but there are some shaky fucking ground.
Yeah,
that
there's like a Jurassic 5 John Mayer track or something that was
No, well, he also Cormega is his favorite rapper, and we can go into that whole fucking thing. And he thinks he's a lyrical genius. I don't know.
Cormega was one of the last rappers to get up and walk out of an interview with me. when we did it over at the Laced shoe store.
Only because he was one of the last rappers you interviewed?
No, he was one of. Yeah. No, it was because I was like, he was talking about like rolling around on like in a iced out Escalade on rims, and I was like, from crack money, right? You the feds, like, and then he just gets up and walked out, and everyone like because it was as a favor to who I once was, to the shadow. I'm just the shell of the man by this point. You know, this is many years after underground hip hop has imploded and WRS is gone. So it's like people are just doing it to a favor to the guy they once knew. So they let me in Laced, a store that I have no affiliation with, to interview Cormega in front of all of their fans, and I caused him to walk out within the first 5 minutes of the interview. So
now we can see what Brandon is talking about. I see Brandon. No.
We can cut that in because it's never been. I've never reviewed the footage and it's never gone live, so we can put it on.
Oh no, yeah. We're down for all that. We've been talking for like I think an hour and like 10 minutes, so we're gonna wrap it up in a second. But there is one thing I had to get your opinion on.
Yeah.
I fucking had to get your opinion on this. I had to. I was watching fucking Ice-T on Drink Champs. Did you see Ice-T's Drink Champs?
I did watch it.
Okay.
I had to. That's how you know I'm a real hip-hop head, because I had to.
You had to. Because
Ice-T I had to. I'm not like a New Jack.
Tracy Morrow is the
City.
motherfucking man, and America used to be scared of him, and now they fucking love him. It's crazy. O'Shea Jackson and Tracy Morrow are like America's biggest like fucking cuddle bunnies now. It's crazy. But Ice-T in his amazingness is breaking down the Whoop There It Is. Did you hear Whoop There It Is fucking story?
Yeah.
So hold on, just let me just like if Chris, did you
remember I wanted us to name the podcast?
Chris, did you know what Whoop There It Is? Do you know what you know what it means? Okay. So Ice-T's on Drink Champs talking about this, and it's amazing, right? This is fucking amazing. It's gonna change your life. It's going to change your life because this is going to happen.
Facts.
In some place, at some time in your future of your life, you're going to be sitting somewhere and someone is going to say, "Whoop, there it is," and you are going to lose your fucking mind laughing, and no one else is going to know why. And I'm going to tell you why. So Ice-T is on Drink Champs talking to Cormega about 99 Problems because Jay-Z took some lines from 99 Problems, made his own 99 Problems and whatnot.
That was crazy too.
That's crazy. That's crazy too. I didn't know about that all the way, but it's kind of crazy too. And 99 Problems with a Bitch Ain't One Hit It is an Ice-T line. That's an Ice-T song. So anyway, so I say he's talking about, but hold on, before we get to that, he's like talking about the dude from 2 Live Crew, how the dudes from
Luke.
Yeah, well, Luke, not from Luke from 2 Live Crew, the other guy from 2 Live Crew, the DJ.
I don't remember.
I don't remember his name in the story either. But he's talking about how the tag team is the DJs for the Magic City in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So they're the actual before Whoop There It Is comes out, they're the actual DJs in Magic City. So they're saying that the phrase "Whoop There It Is" is what the DJ would say when the chick would bend over and her pussy would pop out. They would say, "Whoop there it is, whoop there it is."
That's so fucking good.
It's so amazing. So every time, and now I've said "whoop there it is" in my head 10,000 times since yesterday when I found that out.
And it's whoop, like you're saying, not whoop.
Whoop there it is.
But a lot of people mispronounce.
Whoop, there it is.
Pussy
Meaning
poppin',
like
pussy poppin',
whoop,
pussy poppin'.
There it is. Now whoop there it
Makes
is.
so much better and filthier.
No, hold on,
It's like
hold on.
OPP. Once I found out what that stood for.
It's better than OPP because OPP made it huge. Don't get me wrong, right?
Yeah.
But it couldn't cross that barrier because it was OPP. No one knows whoop there it is shit people say at weddings.
Yeah.
People say it at graduations, fucking football games, Super Bowls, commercial. I mean, whoop there it is something that's on T-shirts. Little kids say whoop there it is. There's going to be, I'm telling you, man, now that you know this, you're going to be sitting there minding your business, and out of nowhere, someone's going to go, whoop, there it is. And you're just going to fucking lose, because the context is going to just, the universe is going to, like, just fucking, like, just, you know what I'm saying?
And that's great, because you're getting the joy of the joke without the embarrassment of it being thrown, of the meaning being tossed out in front of your grandma, or whatever the case may be.
Wait till your grandma's the one saying, whoop, there it is.
Yeah.
Because grandmas say, whoop, there it is.
That's going to be girls our age when their grandma's saying, whoop, there it is. It's like
they already say that.
I already say it.
They already say that.
On that topic, real quick, of Magic City.
Okay.
Did you ever read this Trick Daddy had? I think he has a book out.
Okay.
Something Magic City. I'm not.
I do not know that.
Okay.
I'm willing to bet Trick Daddy does.
Maybe he has a book, and he just, like, Magic City is a big part of that book.
Are we thinking Trick Daddy wrote the book?
Is he capable of that?
I'm not saying.
No, I have no idea. Trick Daddy might actually be very
Trick
smart.
Daddy, he has to be very smart. Anyone that can rise to that.
He loved the kids.
Anyone that
loved
rises.
the kids.
That's a great song.
That is a fucking amazing.
It's a great song. Fuck, I don't know one.
Not allowed
I don't
to
know.
play
I don't
it here.
know
It's
one
good.
actual word of that song, except the hook. Everyone knows the hook, but I don't know one fucking word of that goddamn fucking song. And nobody knows one fucking.
And it doesn't matter. Well, you know a song is good when it doesn't fucking matter. It brings us back to OPP. You can't understand half of Tretch's lyrics if you're white. Actually, I don't know. He could be any color. He's just a great lyricist. But
well, it's like he was, but he also wasn't. Like coulda, shoulda, woulda, who'da, made afraid of, made him. It's like
made him in the monkey business.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the fucking lyrics are.
It's like made afraid of monkey business. Yeah.
So that music in that, I don't fucking.
But-
Made it from the ill town. Yeah,
But
I don't know if anybody could get the. That's actually good. Because I did hip hop trivia for Leeds for a very short second because it didn't take off, unfortunately, except when all alcohol's comped. That's the trick if you want to get people to come to your trivia night. But the lyrics to fucking Hip Hop Hooray or OPP are like, no one knows them.
No,
but when you
no,
hear them, you're like,
no.
oh.
No one.
But
knows
yeah,
them. No one knows them. There's a couple. Songs.
How many joints have you smoked since we've been sitting here?
3.
Okay.
3.
How many have you smoked, Chris? 1. Okay.
Well, this is my 3rd right
That's
now.
see, if I took more than 3 puffs, you'd be talking to a corpse. I don't know. I don't fucking get it. I do not understand you marijuana smokers.
Well,
how do you function?
I
How are you talking to me right now? How are you coming up with this pure gold? Like, whoop, there it is. The origin story.
You know this because you've hung out with me when we've been drinking. You know that I'm someone who packs quite a bit of energy.
Yeah, you used to do the Ninja Turtle.
He's lying. He's not.
The Ninja Turtle rolling somersault over.
Oh, I did do those. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Over the hoods of cars while they're at red stoplights. The only kind of stoplight that exists.
Okay, so that was Mass Ave though. That was
on Mass Ave, one of the busiest streets in downtown Boston.
I was doing that.
You as a drinker was a menace to society.
But the better one,
The white version, the Weymouth version.
The better one was the Batman, because I would run up fucking cars like.
Oh yeah.
So Chris, you'd start like at the bumper of one car, and you'd like run up the fucking hood and over to the trunk, and then jump to the next car. You know what I was thinking about the other day?
That's some shit you can only get away with in Boston. Where they won't beat your ass.
No, so I always thought about that, and I was like, and I did that because I knew they couldn't turn out, and like they couldn't follow me to the streets. Nah, but why the fuck didn't you just go around the block, bro? Come back and get my ass.
Because it was downtown Boston.
You can't go really down the block, yeah.
Well, people don't know. They see like the What About Them apples and like The Departed, and they think in the Mystic River, and they think like and that one was Slain, the town, and the other one
with Slain.
The other one's Slain, Gone Baby Gone. Yeah. I was gonna say with like the Predators or something like the Predator. Yeah, the Stir of Echoes type of theme happening, but Boston downtown in reality is the most pussy place you can honestly ever be. Like, for example, I have been hammered out of my fucking mind for over a decade downtown saying the most offensive shit to people and never getting my ass kicked
I've been
except for a one Mob Deep show where I did get pummeled. But like for taking a dude's Yankees hat off his head and throwing it on the ground while he was trying to get a drop from me for his like fucking back before podcast, his YouTube channel or something. And then it was like beer bottle right over my head. And then we figured out who my real friends are in that moment. Because one of them, I'm not saying Ace, rolled under a bush as if he was one with the elements while Trees, another underground hip-hop employee went by the name of Trees, actually got in there breaking bottles and shit. So respect to Trees. I love you too, Ace.
I was in Harvard Square with this guy one night, and I'm like, I dare you to walk up to that chick and look her in the face. And he just walked up. We were walking on the sidewalk. He walked up to the woman walking on the side and just licked her face. Like it was. And
who were you with?
I was with Adria at the time, and she said the woman would have went home with you.
Suave. This is the Casanova, the Boston version. I did this. One of the greatest things that I ever did in my life was walking up to a woman, and it was at like dusk, so it wasn't in the dark, so not that creepy. And I was like, "Oh, can I pet it?" And I reach out like I'm gonna pet the dog she has on a leash, and I pet her. And she just recoils and screams. It was amazing because it was like, "Can I pet it?" I mean, which one did I mean, right? So you give me the affirmation, and the hand's gonna choose.
This is gonna be a fun ride, man. Yo, I think we're going for about an hour and a half now. Chris is like, I gotta get the fuck home.
Yeah,
it's been a fucking blast.
Yeah, it's awesome.
This has actually been fucking like this has been great.
And this man cave you have,
it's
dope. I mean, look at this.
It's a bro dome. We need a better tape for in there.
We got the Ghetto Blaster.
We need a better tape for in there.
Wait, what tape is it?
Nothing good.
Okay,
nothing good.
I can't see it without.
It's something shitty. It's nothing great. But we could get.
What was your first cassette?
My first cassette I ever bought was This is crazy. It was the Blueprint, but it was the actual cassette of the Blueprint, and I had to have my father get it because that was back when Strawberries had like the hip hop under the counter.
Oh shit!
It was like small enough to be in like a box like this. Like the whole hip hop section was this big, and it was like under the counter, and they'd put it like on top, like one of those like 40 tape cassette holder things. You know what I mean?
Oh, sacred.
And I bought the Blueprint, which is the cover of that is KRS-One like assaulting a police officer, and I was like 7. I don't know.
The real Blueprint,
the real
Boogie
Blueprint.
Down Productions,
the original
Blueprint.
one, yeah,
because people don't know, they're gonna think it's Jay-Z.
No. This is 1986 shit. Like this is like when only cassettes were out.
Yeah, 100%.
How about yours? I'll let you go. How about yours?
Well, that's why I brought it up because of course I wanted to hear myself say what was my first cassette. Too Legit to Quit, because my sister did a dance recital, and they did a choreographed thingamajigger to that song, and I was like, holy shit, this is the greatest thing I've ever heard. And I didn't have another one of those moments till I was on a rope swing in the backyard of one of my buddy's places, and his sister was on the second floor in her bedroom with the window up and was blasting License to Ill, and that was my other come to Jesus moment. Like,
You're like
holy
blasting her
shit.
vagina.
Yeah, finger blasting herself, and I had a come to
I was
Jesus
swinging
moment
in the window. I thought he was just like he was swinging up in the window, and she was like
Just a swinging dick.
and she was finger blasting her. You said you were on a rope swing.
Yeah.
I thought you were like fucking like swinging up, like fucking catching her in the window, some fucking Animal House shit.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Fucking
I mean, both the real
awesome.
story
That'd be
and what
awesome.
you just came up with was awesome.
Fucking yeah, man. Fucking
No, and I don't think I've ever seen a porn where there's like a dude on a rope swing beating off while looking in somebody's sister's window. But I could see that being the narrative.
That's
for
probably
like a
that's
fucking
probably on a porn. That probably
favorite porn.
I don't fucking know.
Weapons of Mass Destruction.
Do they have fucking names for porns and shit?
Yes. What? The Triple X Files. I don't know. I think that exists. Cherry Poppins.
It has to.
There's somebody out
It
there.
has to.
Yeah, yeah.
It has to. All right, man. Let's wrap this motherfucker up. Let's do Chris. Chris, what do you think, man? This is great.
We got the green light.
Got the green light from Chris. Well, Chris saying it's great. It's pretty good because Chris doesn't really fucking say that much often.
I appreciate it.
Do you want to say anything to anybody before we do take off and part for the night? I mean, I'm gonna say shit like I always say.
It's not small. It's not skinny.
But what's the
It's
rest?
worth the girth. Big Dookie Chain, y'all. Big Dookie Chain.
Fuck, man. Yo, fuck Kurt Schilling, Sense Lives, Marty Forever, and fucking.
You saw that picture I sent you of the dude rocking the Kurt Schilling
Yes.
jersey? Okay, yeah.
Hey.
With Ferrone in it. too.
Hey, yes.
Yeah, wasn't that nice of me to think of you?
I'll fucking see you next Tuesday.
You got it. We worked it in. If you can't get, my mom's least favorite word of all time is cunt. And I don't want this to, and if it's mother-friendly show, it's just like, no one's going to want to watch. So that's how you know if it's not mother-friendly. It's going to be a hit.
There's been like 5 times. It's just like it just was the perfect like drop.
Non-stop hip-hop until the ladies' panties drop. Fuck! I've always fucked that shit up. But it's the way Beastie Boys say it. So, whatever.